Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Mayor.
The appointed time has arrived, and today is Tuesday, September 3. This is a regular meeting of the Nashville Town Council, and for the record, the time is 7 p.m. Did we have anyone signed up to speak tonight?
No, sir.
Okay, we have no public comments, so we'll move the approval of the minutes. We have one set to approve Tuesday, August 6, 2019, our regular meeting minutes. Does the chair hear a motion that the minutes be approved as they are written, or are there corrections?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded we approve the minutes as they are written. Is there any discussion? There being none, all in favor indicate so by saying yes.
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 Opposed, no. The minutes are approved. We had no one sign up for public comment, so we'll move right into our agenda. The first item is the cancellation of our water tower maintenance contracts. If you look in your package, you'll see we have an explanation from our manager that we go to another method of maintaining our water towers on an annual fund and going for bids, which is not a bad plan. He has a letter attached, which I will point out to you. We have he's talking about doing this effective January 1. However, in a reading of the documents that Kate pointed out, we have to use 120 days, so that'd be effective January 7. Am I correct, Kate?
Yes.
Okay. So you all read the details on this. Does the chair hear a motion we approve this recommendation?
So made.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
So we're just changing the effective date from January 1 to January 7.
That's the plan, yes.
All right.
Okay, any further discussion? There be none, all in favor indicate so by saying yes.
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 Did I hear yeses? Did I hear enough? Okay. It was kind of weak there. Okay, second item is budget amendments. These are pretty much already approved up with other action that we've done in the past. Item number one is the general fund thing for the streets, which is replacement of the bandit chipper machine that got beat up with the piece of metal in it. And the second one is the abandonment of the aviation street lift station. And then the third one is the approval we made the other night for using the new software for the police department. And our manager recommends all these be approved, and all these have been discussed at different times by the council. Does the chair hear a motion that we approve all these budgets collectively?
So
So
moved.
made. Second.
Okay, a motion's been made and seconded that we approve all these budget amendments collectively. Is there any discussion? Okay, there being none, all in favor indicate so by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. All right, now the question. Does the chair hear a motion we approve all the budget amendments, rather?
Didn't you just have?
No, we made a motion to approve them all at one time.
Oh,
So now we need a motion to approve them in their entirety.
I'll make that motion to approve them all at once.
Okay?
Second.
And a second. Been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Okay, there being none, all in favor indicate so by saying yes.
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 Opposed, no. And that is done. Okay, we're moving right along. Mr. Manager, your report, sir.
Just a few things. Earlier today, we had a staff meeting with the department heads, and just a few things to update the council on. The fire department received word from the Department of Labor that the mock OSHA survey or inspection that we requested, they are going to do that. They're going to give us a date sometime here in the near future when they're going to come by and do that. Also, the fire department has had 2 mutual training aid exercises with the Rocky Mountain Fire Department and 6 other county fire departments. Total of 14 hours of training. I think that was last Saturday. They were on water hauling operations and vehicle extractions. So that was good training that the department had done. Another note from the police department that our captain, J.T. Winston, had put in a grant application for a Walmart grant that would get equipment. The chief is pursuing, well, both chiefs, the fire chief and the police chief, are pursuing creating an ORC. It's a room to concentrate in during times of crisis. And with that grant money, they're able to equip it with audio-visual equipment that will allow them to have on the wall several large monitors to keep track of different things at the ORC. And that equipment will be installed in the next couple of days. The police also have been working with Nash County this last weekend in Spring Hope, and they had a license checkpoint operation that went down. They charged 35 persons during that exercise, and it went approximately from 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. Thought that was interesting. Also then tomorrow, with the hurricane coming, Lewis found a FEMA webinar that the town department heads can set in on, will prep us and prepare us for how we have to submit things for FEMA reimbursement in the event, it does end up being something significant for us. Our hope right now is it's going to stay out on the coast, and we might have some rain and some wind with it, but hopefully that's all the more it is. And then also the surplus items that we put on Gov's deals, the auctions on those will be up this Friday, and anything that didn't sell we'll be bringing back to the council then to figure out how you want to discard of it, or how we should discard of it. Then from Public Works, Lee Bounce, our new Public Works Director, we were notified this last week that the water tower out at Universal Leaf is our booster pump station. From time to time is struggling to fill that. So we believe it's probably a situation with the valving. So we're going to have that checked out. One of the first things they were going to check out though was make sure all the shutoff valves in the 12-inch main between here and there is open, that somehow they didn't get turned down. Make sure that that's open. And then of course I never did follow up with the water tower painting with you all. That tank is back online now, and we got a certificates engineer, an engineering certificate on that, and when they tested it for bacteria, that all had a clean bill of health on it, so there were no issues or problems there. And then on the Park and Rec side, the slide for Stony Creek will be installed the week of September 23rd. The new playground equipment for Grover Park has been delivered, and the vendor that's going to set it up took delivery of it. So in a couple weeks here, once we get ready for it, everything's kind of on hold with this weather we got coming in. That will be installed. And then Marguerite also reported that the soccer and football season for our Parks and Rec all begin on September 14th, and that our Park and Rec is combining with Nash County Park and Rec to have a football tournament Veterans Day. They're calling it the Veterans Day Classic, and that will be November 9th and 10th with a rain date of November 11th. And then also on the Park and Rec side, actually this is planning too. Marguerite and Julie put in a grant application that was awarded $8,000 to help remove privet from the Stony Environmental Park and Walkway, the greenway there. And then finally, on the library side, Emily did attend the North Carolina Public Library Directors Conference, and she has put the word out to her colleagues that she's going to be leaving us here at the end of December, and that we will be looking for a new librarian. So hopefully we will get some candidates from that announcement and the networking that Emily has done on that. We haven't advertised for that yet. We will probably in October, November. So that's all I got.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Okay, we're down now to the council comments. A couple of update things. Today at 1 o'clock, there's an announcement made over in Rocky Mount by our Secretary of Commerce. A new business is coming to Rocky Mount. The Frozen Food Express Group. They haul frozen food and frozen pharmaceuticals and different things, and their headquarters is in Dallas. They've got a branch in Burlington, New Jersey, and one in Atlanta. And they're putting this one in Rocky Mount. It seems like it's halfway in between. and they're going to employ 90 people and put $4.5 million in the old Meadowbrook Meat Building up on Church Street. So it looks like we got something going on. I'd also like to thank Emily for helping us with the library, although I can't see you behind all the posts, but anyway, thank you for your time and hope you change your mind. But anyway, good luck to us all. And let us not forget we got a hurricane coming. And where it goes depends on which way it turns in the next few hours. And I was looking at the cone of possibility before I came over here. Excuse me. And depending on how soon it turns, depends on how much of it we're going to get, which I hope is very little. So be aware of that and all the other things. Okay, where do we want to start? Mr. Taylor?
Yes, just a few things this evening, Mayor. I too would like to offer a word of thanks to Emily for the work that she's done with the library. I'm not a everyday library user, but I have used it a couple of times, and they were very helpful in helping me. But I thank you for the work that you've done and a lot of the programs and stuff that you've put in the works. I hope it continues. Am I to understand that Lieutenant or Captain Winstead, you mentioned he put in for a grant with Walmart? Have the grant's been awarded? Has the grant been awarded, Chief?
Chief?
No, yeah, verbally it's been awarded, we're waiting on the paperwork.
Okay, verbally it has been awarded. And I think JT, I'm used to calling him JT, excuse me. Offer my thanks to JT for putting that grant out there to help us out a little bit. The last time we had a storm to come through the area, we had the fire chief and the acting police chief at that time. We had a meeting here and had some concerned citizens in here from one of our neighborhoods. And I see George Jeffers sitting in here. It doesn't seem like it's going to be as strong as the other one, but your neighborhood need to take heed just like they did the last time. This room was packed full that night when we were giving helpful hints about what to do in case of storms. And this goes not only to George's neighborhood, all of our neighborhoods. If you think you're in an area where you may be susceptible to flooding, don't wait till the last minute, because everybody try to leave at one time, then the roads are going to get crowded. That's another problem. You want somewhere else to stay. If you wait till the last minute, the hotels are already full. If you think you may have an inconvenience that you can't handle here, go ahead and move ahead of time. Better to be safe than sorry. And the last thing, when is our other water tank due to be inspected or serviced? The one over by the trailer park.
I'm waiting for utility services to give me that schedule. If not, I'm sure Lee can find it there at the town maintenance garage too.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
that's it, Mayor. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you very much. Mr. Taylor?
Well, as following up with you and Captain Taylor, I have to thank Emily for a job well done, and hope her future will be great wherever she goes. And that's about it tonight, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Henley?
I too would like to say Emily created a welcoming atmosphere in the library, which was much needed. Thank you, Emily. Also, I have a question. Chris, is there designated shelter for the hurricane?
Right now, there's 3 shelters in the county, but they will not open until after this. Inglewood Baptist, Mass Central High, and then Southern Mass Center High. The county opens 3, they open to 3. Those are 3 designated alcohol.
And they'll be open when?
If they open,
If and-
they'll announce it. They've not even
Okay.
decided the time now they will announce it.
Yeah. Kate?
Emily, I know we have more time with you, and I'm appreciative that you gave us so much more time. And really, you've created a wonderful program. I've been coming to the library quite a bit since we moved here with the little ones, and the amount of programming that you've increased and just the amount of participation from the community that you've gotten, it's really been impressive, and I want to thank you for that. And so we look forward to continuing to work with you until we sadly have to say goodbye. And everyone stay safe with the storm coming. And that is all I have.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Mayor, I've got one other thing I'd like
Okay.
to add. I've mentioned this several several times before, and I don't know whether the fire chief and police chief even got up a list, but some of our elderly residents here in town, those at least that we know about, if we do have a power outage or anything like that, let's please check on those people. Make sure they're okay. That's it.
Yeah, we spent some time together last Friday planning on these things, sort of a pre-plan for the plan.
Well, okay.
But it's kind of hard to plan, but that subject did come up.
All right, good.
Yeah. Okay, everything's said and done now. We'll get into the end of it. Although our agenda was brief tonight, it's as serious as all the rest of our agendas. And appreciate everybody for coming, particularly on such a hot afternoon. But thanks for your time, and appreciate your support. And if we can help you, let us know. And the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adjourn. Is there any discussion? There being none, all in favor indicate so by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Accordingly, we're adjourned.